Hey, vinyl community. Uh, I'm not ready to take over just yet. I just wanted to participate in this vinyl tag thing that I saw what somebody was tagging, and I'm gonna answer the questions, the 15 questions. I don't know how anybody's ever gonna see it, but I'm gonna answer the questions, and I'm gonna post a link or something. This came from a suggestion by I think Groovy Lisa. I think. I don't know. I don't know all you people yet. No offense. I don't get on with people. It's not my thing. I'm a lone wolf out there in the oh that guy. That's what I am. All right. Anyway, put the questions. Put them on my Kindle. That's kind of jailbroken. I don't know how that happened. Okay. Describe your content in one sentence. And you know I didn't really prep for these questions. And I don't think they're fair. Describe your content in one sentence. Low budget, comma, eclectic, comma, and strange. Period. What equipment do you use to film? Well, to be honest, I'm using it's my I can't think of my carrier. Anyway, it's a cell phone, and it's a total wireless. I picked that up at the Walmart, and I think I'm on right now. I jumped up to the $49.95 a month plan because I wanted to use the Wi-Fi, not the Wi-Fi, but the Spotify thing, and my workplace blocks iHeartRadio and Spotify blocks them, and I don't abide that. I need it. Anyway, and a couple of cheap lights. So these kind, couple of these. Um, that's it. That's all. What do you use to edit? That's funny. That's good. That's rich. What do I use to edit? Nothing. My also purchased at Walmart computer topped out at 4 megs of RAM, and it's impractical or impossible to service it. You have to open up the computer, not the service bay. You have to open the entire computer, take it apart in order to put more RAM in it. And I think you can only put 4 more megs of RAM in it. Gigs, not megs. That's ridiculous. Gigs of RAM. Anyway, it's not worth it, and I'm just going to save up and buy a better computer. When I do, I'll be using probably OpenShot, which seems like a decent editor. Which YouTuber do you resemble the most in terms of content? I thought about this one. And he wouldn't agree. And that's okay, because he doesn't seem the agreeable type. Robert Z. He's you got your YouTubers here, your vinyl community YouTubers here, and Robert Z is over here. He's different. He's either doing an incredible extended deadpan in-person kind of an Andy Kaufman thing, curmudgeon type. I don't know. He's playing the long game, or it's really him, and he's some just genius. I don't know. Anyway, figure it out. Probably am closest to him in execution, but not like anybody really. I mean, we can't pin me down to that. Nobody's like anybody. Except the... Alright. Which big YouTuber would you like to collab with and why? Collaborate with people. What am I? Harvey Oswald? I'm not. I don't know. I don't get on with people. It's not that I don't want to be around people and work with them. Here's a short story from my youth. I wanted to make movies. I wanted to be a director when I was young. One of the many things, one of the many Jethro Bodine careers I wanted to seek out. But it occurred to me at some point I would have to work with other people. I would have to direct them and tell them what to do and fight with them and argue and all this stuff that I don't want to deal with people. And so I just I decided to become a writer, because although you do have to deal with editors and things like that, you really are 100% responsible for the creations that you put on paper. It's all you, unless you're good at stealing something from somebody else. So I don't think I collaborate. I don't think I have it in me. Does your channel meet the new monetization guidelines? Question number 6. Yes. Yes, it does. Do you think the new guidelines are fair? Well, I am not doing live YouTube broadcasts. I have a laptop I've spoken about before. I could probably do a live stream on. No big deal. I don't want people chatting me and asking me questions. Ever. I don't ever want that. What am I even doing here? Why am I in a community? I'm not, but why am I? All 28 of my subscribers need to let me know. And I can do 2 of them myself, so I'm wondering what I'll say. Let's see, question 7. Do you think the new guidelines are fair? Well, yeah, I guess. Doesn't matter. I don't care. What do you classify as a small YouTuber? I would guess anybody under 1,000 is probably a small YouTuber. Or anyone this high. I'm not a tall man myself, but I guess in a way I'm a small YouTuber, but not in that way. If you had more money, equipment, support, what content would you make? Well, I have something other than a closet, a real green screen with chroma key, the whole thing going. Wouldn't be all bent up, and I do have a good camera, but as I said, I can't really run the software right now to do the show, so I've got to use the cell phone. Be dancing girls, be like a Vegas thing, guest singers, cooking segments. I don't know. Whatever I could get away with. Do you watch and support other small YouTubers? I support them emotionally. I support what they're doing. Can I financially support them? No, I can't. Do we do the VCLT trades? No. That's because I don't know them. They don't know me. We haven't made a connection. I explained in my last video how I'm really not part of the VCLT community. But I watch them. I watch a lot of them. I subscribe to as many as I possibly can, hoping that in kind, some of them will subscribe back to me. I think most of them don't even notice. I make a lot of comments on some videos that I watch, and there's a little repartee back and forth, but I don't think anybody is really noticing me. That's okay. I'm working towards the future, whatever that means. List 3 hobbies outside of YouTube. I have a irresponsibly large typewriter collection, which I pretty much have stopped buying typewriters because I'm running out of room and they're expensive, and it's not a thriving community. There aren't really new developments in typewriters, and any new typewriters that are made are horrible. They're cheap Chinese piece of crap. It's not even like any sort of computer or any kind of there's a resurgence in retro computing. The old machines are coming back, and there's things being made to keep them alive and keep them going, and there's not that kind of community for typewriters. It's not you get what you get, pretty much. It's I tried about a year and a half ago to start a podcast talking to other typewriter enthusiasts, and I did about 4 of them, and I decided, what is the point? So I ended it early. It was a disappointing venture. I talked to some people, and we had good back and forth, but no one really cares in that community. It's not something that is building. It's not something that's moving up. Couldn't do it. When do you upload? Well, that's a rather personal question. No, wait. List 3 hobbies outside of YouTube. We're still working on that, right? At one point, I owned 8,000 comic books. I sold them. I was a 30-year collection. To be frank, I didn't make a lot of money, any money off of them. I just was tired of paying $600 a year just to store them. It was a negative returns thing, and this was about 5-6 years ago. I sold them, and I had the first appearance of Guardians of the Galaxy. I had the first appearance of Captain Marvel, the Marvel version. I had many books. That the entire run of Rocket Raccoon, I had that. A lot of the Guardians of the Galaxy from Marvel Presents. These had literally no value at the time I sold them. And about 2 years later, I don't want to talk about it. Apparently, you have to hold on to something for 35 years instead of 34 years in order for it to have value. We learn. When do you upload? Well, I try to go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but it just whenever. I want to get on a schedule. I want people to notice when I'm around. But, what I'm doing is building up content right now. So perhaps someday someone will give a damn. Somebody besides me. Where do you want your channel to be in a year's time? I want to be the all-being master of time, space, and dimension. I want to be a mighty king and have people do what I say. I don't care. I don't really care where it is a year from now. I just, want to have some fun. I want to, experience the vinyl life that others have talked about so much in their videos. Yep. Tell us your social medias. Well, interesting thing about that. A couple of months ago, I could have given you my Twitter, but look, maybe my political views aren't in line with others because I got a suspension of my Twitter account, and I've never been able to get my Twitter account back. It was quite a suspension because apparently they don't terminate your account, they just suspend you forever. Not even sure what I did wrong, but it's probably some crap I did. I don't know. Well, it was just 10 years worth of tweets, a good 6,000 tweets, many of which were just knee-slappingly hilarious, but that's all gone. You want to find me on Facebook, I don't recommend it, but you can look me up under my alias, where the name I write the books under, Spider McGee. You can look me up there. I'm a member of many, many groups, some of which, frankly, you don't want to be around. Question 15 and final. Does pineapple belong on pizza? Yes. Yes, it does. Ham also, any number of things belongs on pizza. It's fine. Anything you want to put on a pizza belongs on a pizza. Frankly, I worked at a Sbarro/Arby's in Roseville, Minnesota for about 4 years. And I made thousands of pizzas. And I don't eat a lot of pizza, although I do. Sometimes I will forget, and I'll go to a Cece's buffet, and I'll be starving. I'll be like, man, looks great. I'm hungry, and they got this weird Alfredo sauce that you put on the noodles. It has no real taste to it, and most of the pizza, although it looks good, smells delicious, has absolutely no taste to it. I don't know, but they get me every time. So this is about 2 or 3 times a month. But maybe I shouldn't be eating pizza. Maybe I'm diabetic. Maybe I should not. Anyway, that's question 15. I'm going to post this and put the appropriate tag on it if I can learn how to do that. And then I will see and wait and see when the comments and the money start pouring in. I'm going to click this button right here, this little remote control, and this is what happens.